And that's the first step I want you to do. Get a business name. Even if you're not too sure of what the business is going to be about, just get a business name. That's the first step. You want to make $1 million without capital, get a business name. Before you even register the business, you need to know what the name of the business is. What Adam called them is what they bear. Get a business name. Okay? When I started my business 12 years ago, I prayed. And I asked God, my lawyers, they wanted to register the business. And I told God, and God said to me, you will be a healing to businesses. And so I thought of the name Balm of Gilead. So I told my lawyer, they said, no, that name is not available. So I twisted the other way, Gilead Balm. That's how I registered my first company. I wasn't totally sure what services I was going to be providing, but I knew I needed to register a company. And guess what? Even though I lost the deed 2008, I got 350 million naira deal. It was a deal with Globalcom. Eventually, we didn't go ahead. It was a reality TV show concept. And I used that name at least to submit the proposal. That name was there that were registered as Gilead, Balm of Gilead. Okay? Again, like I said, that deal didn't go through due to one other thing I will discuss some other day. But if I didn't register my company name, where will I have even be able to submit a proposal to Globalcom in 2008? So the beginning of this is to have a company name. In many countries, you may not even need so much money to register your company. And like I said, even if it's not registered, at least pick a name. Number two, so get a company name, register it. If you don't have money to register it, just leave it as a name. Okay? Number two, and this is very, very important, use referral to raise capital. Can everybody type that? Use referral to raise capital. Everybody type, use referral to raise capital. Somebody say your name was aligned with your goods and services. That's not true. That's not true. You can always have any name. It's just that when you are now registering the name, you may need to specify what are the services you'll be rendering. Okay? And like I said, you can pick whatever you think of, whatever area you're interested in, or wherever area you can refer people in. So number two, use referral to raise capital. And I'll give you a typical example. GTEX is now in Dubai as a brokerage company to the big development companies in Dubai. Okay, Emma, Shoba, Damak, we're selling all their properties for them. But the question is, how did we start our Nigerian business? This same concept. We are a real estate development company and one of the biggest in Nigeria. We're building 200 estates between now and the year 2035. The question was, how did we start in Nigeria? We started by being a broker. We were referring people to other real estate companies until we raised enough money to start our own. Let me say this, and this is very important. There's a powerful scripture in the Bible, I will never forget. It said, if you don't help another man get his own, who will give you your own? What people don't understand about that concept is that God is saying, if you want to own something, if you want to own a business, market for another business. Raise customer for another business and get commission. Because what then happens is that by the time you now start your own business, the customer you raise for another man's business become your first customer. And those customers are loyal. Those customers will not even require too much grammar. They are just happy for you. And they will even invest based on sentiment of the fact that having served somebody else faithfully, you to have your own. And these are powerful principles to being a businessman and raising capital for your business. So any business I want to start and that it requires huge capital to start, you know what I do? And this is powerful. I will go and look for somebody else who is doing that business. I will strike a deal to help that person sell his own business. Okay? And I should give me a commission out of everything I sell. And that's how I raise my own capital. This is the principle I used to start real estate. When I started registering with other real estate companies who had enough money to start building estates. I didn't have money to build my own estate. So I told them, can I market for you? What will you give me? Many of them said they will give me 10%. Those who I was selling houses for said they will give me 5%. I said, no problem. I remember I did flyer. And I registered my own company. In fact, at some point I later had my own office. I will do their version of flyer, just I will now put my own phone number there. Okay? And I will go on the street, seminars, events, start marketing these people's real estate company. I didn't have money to start my own real estate. I didn't have money to start building my own house. But I could sell for somebody else. As I was selling for them, they were giving me 10%. They were giving me 10%. They were giving me 10%. Some were giving me 5%. Gradually, I raised enough capital to start buying my own land. And today, we are one of the biggest real estate companies in Nigeria. And the same principle we use in Nigeria is what we are doing in Dubai now. We are in Dubai. Even though, by the way, even before we open an office in Dubai, we've already sold $92 million worth of real estate here in Dubai. Before we even open real estate. By selling for other people. By using somebody else. By, partnering with somebody else who sell property here and letting the person be our link. Okay? And the person give me small commission. The commission is small than the regular ideal agent here in Dubai. But I took it. I'm not based here. My own is to refer. Is this person that will still take those clients of mine to the estate to do his work? So that he's giving me a little cut. I shouldn't be greedy. And that was how we started. After a while, now we have opened a physical office here in Dubai. I'm doing this video live from my Dubai office. And we're doing well already. Today, it was one of our open days. A lot of people have started coming in. Okay? Before you know it, mark my word, in the next 5 years, you hear GTEx is building so 50-story building, 60-story building in Dubai. Then, those of you who don't know this story, and I'm intentionally recording this video, because I will give some of you to watch it. Those of you who don't know my story, we don't even know how you got there. How can somebody from Nigeria be building 80-story building in Dubai? How? Where did he get the money from? How did it happen? But you don't know the story. And if I now say, I didn't even have capital like that when I started our business in Dubai. You say, hey, motivational speaker. They don't come. They don't come. Okay? But it doesn't change the truth. That if you start selling, average property here in Dubai is $1 million, right? 1 million dirhams. And you start selling. Your goal is to sell 100. If you sell 100, 10% has given you 1 million dirhams. No, they give 5% typically here. So if you sell 200, you get 1 million dirhams. So you sell 200 million dirhams, you get 1 million dirhams worth of commission, right? Gradually, you continue that process. In 5 years, you will have raised enough million dirham to buy at least your first land in Dubai. And gradually, you start building your own property here in Dubai. So, number 2 principle, if you want to make your first $1 million without capital, use referral to raise capital for your business. If this class is making sense, type it makes sense. It makes sense. Come on, everybody, talk to me. If this class is making sense, can you type it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense? I want to share this video on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Your right-hand side, you see Facebook party icon. Click on it and invite people. My name is Dr. Stephen Akintayo, Africa's most sought-after investment coach, serial entrepreneur, and I'm teaching on how to make your first $1 million without capital. And I'm giving you a detail. If you are shocked, just give me 1 hour and listen carefully. You will hear the whole story. And I've used this principle. It's not like I'm thinking about it. It's what has worked for me over the years. And the same principle I'm teaching. So rule number 1, get a business name. If you have some little change, register the business name. Okay? Because remember, you are the CEO of You Incorporated. You are the CEO of You Incorporated. So get a business name. Register the business name if you can. But do it. Number 2, use referral to raise capital for the business. So you now say, but this business needs us to have an office. Okay? Start selling for other people who are doing the same business you're doing. For example, what do I do? Stephen Akintayo, I'm a real estate developer. I build houses. I buy land. I sell land in Nigeria. That's what I do. Now we have opened an office in Dubai. Do we have, $500 million to build our own 60-story building in Dubai. I'm sorry, we don't have it because I'm still putting a lot of money in our Nigerian real estate business. So what do I do then? I start selling for those who have already built 100-story building, 50-story building. Those who have already built 25,000 housing unit, I sell for them. I get commission. I get something on the side. I start building that up. Okay? And over time, I have enough in my savings. And you see the beautiful part in developed world, you even have access to loan. The banks are very supportive. So in no time, you have enough in your liquid to prove to the banks you are ready to become a developer. And you start developing properties here. And everybody start getting, wow, how did he do it? He did it by raising capital through referral. I'm not if you're excited about this. If you're excited, type, I'm excited. Come on, guys, talk to the ego. I love energy. I love you to engage me. I love to reply me. Okay, if you're excited about this class, type, I'm excited. Number 3, and this is very, very important. Copy other successful people till you become. Can everybody type it? I want you to type that number 3 point. Copy other successful people till you become. One of the most arrogant things I have seen about poor people is this concept of nobody has ever done it. It's called the arrogance of the poor. The reason people probably didn't do it is because it doesn't make sense. So get delivered from this concept of nobody else has ever done it. The reason nobody else has ever done it is probably because it does not make sense. So copy till you become. The only time you are permitted to start from the top, which is brand new idea, Genesis idea, novel idea, is after you have become. And I'll give you a typical story. Who is the richest man in the world? Everybody type it. Who is the current richest man in the world? Come on, guys. Talk to me. I want to hear answer here. Who is the current richest man in the world? And I'm asking this question because some of you who don't know the beginning of the current richest man in the world, you will make that same mistake and say, hey, he's the owner of Tesla. He's the owner of SpaceX. Did he start from SpaceX? That's the question. He didn't start from SpaceX. He copied other people. Grew that business and sold it for $2 billion. At that point, him alone had almost $1 billion from his own share of the company. He started with his partner. Okay? And, they sold the company for $2 billion. Now, come on, guys. After having $1 billion in your account, tell me, now you have become. I'm not if you agree that if you have $1 billion in your account, you have become. If you agree, type I agree. You have indeed become. Oh, so all of you got it. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. But he didn't start with SpaceX. He didn't start with Tesla. Elon Musk started with PayPal. And I don't even know whether there were some other smaller businesses he started with before PayPal. PayPal was an online payment service. Was PayPal the first online payment service? No. Go and Google it, you realize they are not the first. So, he copied other payment service and only made sure he made it better. Do you see the concept now? After he was able to sell PayPal for $2 billion, he then started all this crazy idea of we'll go and do holiday in the moon. We'll do electric cars. We'll do all those ideas, you only do it when you have Buba, Ego, Malachi. Come on. We understand what I'm talking about. What's Buba? What's Ego? What's Malachi? Some say Kudi. Some say Owo. And Owo Gidi. And their Owo is in level. So, after he had sold PayPal for $2 billion, he then went ahead to start Tesla. Because at that point, he has some huge capital that he could use to take it to the next level. Come on, guys. If this makes sense, can you type, it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense. Everybody engage me. Come on, talk to me. If it makes sense, type, it makes sense, it makes sense. So number 3 point, okay? And this is a very powerful point, okay? Do not And this is very important. Copy till you become. Can everybody type it again? Copy till you become. When you become, then you can start copying. I mean, when you become, you can stop copying, right? So I tell people, when I meet a lot of young people, they tell me, Dr. Stephen, I have a lot of great ideas. And I say, that's good. I say, but nobody has ever done what I'm trying to do. I say, I'm not interested. And they'll be like, what's wrong, sir? This idea is unique. No, I said, I'm not interested. Because, and they'll say, what's wrong? I said, because you said nobody. Because you said nobody. The reason nobody did it is because it's gonna be, those are ideas that may either work or may not work. So I ain't gonna take that risk. Those are ideas you only do when you have become. Edward, can you help me close the door? Because maybe I'm not disturbing or, you know. So those are things you do when you have become. Not things you do when you are just starting. He said nobody has ever done it. Copy till you become. Everybody type it. Copy till you become. Copy till you become. So copy other successful people. Now, copy goes beyond even business. So what do you copy? By the way, share this video 10 times. Okay? Okay, come on, guys. Share. On Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. So copy till you become. Once you have become, then you can start copying. I mean, copy. Once you become, you can stop copying people. But let me say this one, and this is very powerful. Copyright. How many of you have heard the word copyright? If you understand copyright, type, I know copyright. Now, the word copyright is from the word copy. Then right talks about doing it in the right way. Everything you see in this world is an improvement on the other. Okay? Uber did not start taxi business. Uber only improved, only copyright taxi business. Does this make sense? Okay, if it makes sense, keep typing, it makes sense. Okay? Amazon, okay, did not invent retail. Amazon only copyright retail by using technology to push retail business. Our great-grandparents were already doing buying and selling. Okay? Cryptocurrency did not invent money. Cryptocurrency only copyright money. Copyright money. So understand the word copyright. You are copying somewhere. I tell people, I say, creation ended the sixth day. God created the world in 6 days and he rested. That's the end of creation. What you see now is innovation, invention, improving on what already exists. And your job is to do that. So number 3 point, copy characters. Copy a rich man, their behavior, their attitude, the way they think, the way they talk, their approach. Thank you, Godfrey Anete has shared this video 10 times. Woo! God bless you, God reward you, the Lord will honor you. I'm grateful, I'm really honored that you shared this video 10 times. Thank you for doing that. Okay? God will lift you up this year. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. Because I want this message to go viral. My job is to change the mindset of our people, and I want it to go viral. Share, and get everybody to watch this. Well, you know, a lot of people around me always say, sir, you think like Elon Musk. I've read a lot of Elon Musk's books, and I realize you think like that. I say, really? But I have never really been studied Elon Musk that way. I just wanted to start doing that. But I've studied a lot of billionaires, and I think they think the same way. So how many billionaires are you copying? How many millionaires, if you're not yet a millionaire, are you copying? You say you want to own $1 million. How many people who own $1 million are you copying? Some of you, because your mind cannot even see that you can ever own $1 million, when you saw this topic, the first thing you typed was laughter. Do you see how backward you think? Because you can never, you didn't even bother to listen. I know you are still watching me. All of you, when I started, I saw you now. The laugh sign was what you started with. But you are hooked now. And some of you have even typed, it makes sense. You can see the sense now. But because your mind couldn't conceive $1 million, your mind, the thing big past your mind. And that's why when people we talk about money, I tell people the first thing that need to change when it comes to the subject of you becoming rich is your mind. It's your mind. It has nothing to do. You say, money is not abracadabra. There's nothing mythical about money. Your mind just need to change. Your mind need to first conceive it. Your mind need to first believe it is possible. That's the real problem. Your real enemy of your wealth is your mind. That you are struggling to believe you can have that kind of money. Your mind is telling you it is not possible. Did anybody tell you it is possible? You say, lie, possible. You run on par. You say, lie. They are devils. They are deceiving you. They are jokers. Your mind couldn't think about it. So when many of you joined this video, the first thing you did was to start laughing. Now, suddenly, everything I'm saying is beginning to make sense to you. And you are seeing that it is indeed real. And it's possible, doable. And I've laid out how I did it. How I did it, because I did it. I'm not teaching what I didn't do. That's how I'm a multi-millionaire in dollars today. Right? Go to Google my name, you will know. But how did I do it? Did I have money? No. I was born from a rich, poor home. My mother was a civil servant. She died of ovarian cancer, even because we couldn't even afford to take her abroad to best treatment. My father's business had collapsed before I was even born. So I wasn't born rich. So how did I become this wealthy? How do I control, buildings and assets and investment and estates? How? I use this model I'm teaching you that some of you started laughing when you started. Okay? So it's important to understand that, number 3, copy those who are doing well. Check their roles. And one of the things you need to copy about those who are doing well is their past. Go and study, where did this person start from? Some of you are now students of Stephen Akintayo. And I laugh when I see some of you wanting to start where I am now. Okay, you won't understand. Go and look for the video I did 5 years ago. That's where you should start from. Go and look for the pictures and the right articles I wrote 12 years ago. That's where you need to start from. Because some of the conversation I'm making now is even too big for many of you to fathom. Your mind don't even carry it. You're already doing $1 million. I beg, let's even talk about $1,000 first. Yeah? So go to that's why we say copy till you become. So look for somebody you can copy. And one of the things you want to start copying is where they started from. The step they took, the principle they took, the attitude they had, the strategies they were using when they started, when they were nobody, when they didn't have money. What was these people doing? Right? I'm fascinated about some of the crazy things Elon Musk did when he was starting business. And my mind is like, so why are people complaining about this guy? He's always been this way. He doesn't think normal from day one. Let me give you a story. Elon Musk, when they sold paper for $2 billion, about $2 billion thereabout, they sold paper. So he told his friend that they could own paper. He said, he bought a car. He said, I just bought a car. He bought the car for $1 million. Now you are wondering how the guy was able to come up with a concept, okay, of the first electric car. Some people will argue that it's not the first, but at least the most desired electric car. You wonder where he got the concept. He bought a car, okay, $1 million after they sold their paper company. And he told his friend that they could own paper, that let them drive in the new car. So they were driving in California, and then he said, he said, how fast can this car go? And then they mentioned, I said, let's try it. He pressed the accelerator and started going top speed. Before you say Jack Robinson, Elon Musk had a terrible accident with, his $1 million car. And then, of course, they were lucky to come out of the car. They didn't die. They were not really critically injured, but the car was a write-off. And his partner was breathing in top gear like, thank God we didn't die. You guys, you're crazy, Elon. You want to kill us? And you know what Elon Musk started doing? $1 million was written off, and Elon Musk busted into laughter. I said, oh, that was fun. Fun. And the partner said he was so angry. What's wrong with this guy? This guy is not normal. First of all, $1 million is gone. Second of all, thank God we are alive. Yet you are laughing and you are even excited, and the thing looks as if it's something. Listen, that's why he's the world's richest man. People don't think normal. So, Copy such people. Copy millionaires around you. Copy billionaires around you. Copy their principles. Copy their foundational core values and start doing. Let me give you another thing you can copy from Elon Musk. How many of you know that you do not buy Tesla on postpaid? You buy Tesla on prepaid. And in some Tesla car, you wait 1 year to get it. If you know, type 1. If you don't know, type 2. Let me say that again. Tesla car by Elon Musk. You do not, go there and they've done the car, then you pay and you carry your car. Even here in Dubai, go to Tesla showroom. If you see any Tesla car in any showroom, it's for somebody else that his own just arrived. When you enter a Tesla showroom, you see a laptop, a computer. You go there, you see all the different types they have. You click on it, you register, you make your deposit, and you wait till they do your car. That's how they sell Tesla. Every other person selling car produces the car, tell you to come and be paying small. Elon Musk decided to say no, his own. You will register that you want to buy his own car, and you have to wait till they produce it for you. Do you see? Those are some of the things you want to copy. Some of you cannot make your first $1 million because your business is postpaid. You will go and borrow money, produce the product, now be chasing people around to come and do business with you. Instead of using a prepaid copy, you see that's a model you need to copy. To say, I'm going to make sure every product I do, this is one of the biggest secrets of my life. All my products and services is prepaid. You pay me, then I give it to you. Period. Okay? Not that I will go and use money, borrow money, run into trouble, become desperate. Right? Then you will now be... No. And these are some of the strategies why Tesla is doing well. So even when you cancel and say you are not buying the Tesla again, there are so many people that have booked. So one of them will pick the Tesla car. So he has created scarcity. And that's why it's one of the most coveted cars in the world. And even the design don't make sense. It doesn't do any normal design. He recently started a wine or a drink. And you need to see the bottle of the drink. It doesn't even make sense. The bottle, there's no drink in the world that has that kind of shape. You must understand that these are the kind of people you want to copy. These are the kind of principles you want to adapt until you get to the top. Once you two have gotten there, you have made core money, you can now start crazy experiment like the one Elon Musk is doing. So, but people don't know that he started with PayPal, where he only improved on an online payment gateway. Okay, after he's made $2 billion, now he decided to do his crazy experiment of doing electric car, of people traveling in the air, and he has several other crazy ideas. That is how you think. How many of you are enjoying this? Come on, guys, talk to me. I need your energy. If you are enjoying this type, I'm enjoying this. This is life-changing. This is revolutionary. Okay, I'm blessed. I'm learning. Come on, show me some love. I've told you guys, I'm one of those people. I will enjoy my honor here while I'm alive. It's not the day I die. That's Stephen Akintayo. The guy always give it to us. Great guy. While I'm alive, celebrate me now. Appreciate the valuable information that you're learning from me. So are you ready for number 4? If you're ready for number 4, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 4. Number 4, sell high net worth products. Number 4, sell high net worth products. Now, one of the things I was sharing with one of the guys who came for today's open day, and it was, of course, shocking for him. He first of all started arguing with me, but later he agreed that it made sense. And that was the fact that, do you know it is easier to make big money than small money? If you know, type 1. If you don't know, type 2. Let me ask that question again. Do you know it is easier to make big money than small money? If you know, type 1. If you don't know, type 2. Let me repeat that again. Do you know it costs you less, okay, to sustain, okay, a client that does high volume of transaction than a client that does low volume of transaction? Do you know? Let me give you an example. I sell real estate. My customers that buy one-time transaction, 100 million, 200 million, 300 million from me, my customers that do that, one, they give me less headache. I'm the one that is always chasing them to say, this is what we are doing about your project. This is where we are, right? Number two, I don't beg them for referral. They themselves, each time I give them update on what they paid me for, they don't, I have a friend who is very interested in doing business with you. You know, I've told him about you, you know, blah, 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 blah. The person is referring another person. So before you know it, from 100 million, I've done 200 million, sometimes 300 million. Sometimes from 200 million, you've done 500 million. Now, here, the other customer. The one that does 10 million with you, 20 million, 30 million, the world will not hear what? Your customer service. They don't know we are the ones sustaining your company. They do not talk well. They don't treat us well. They don't know how hard I got this money. The customers that pay you less, you spend more effort to sustain those people. You spend more energy, right? When they even enter your office, they enter as if they own the entire place. You know, how are you? Everybody in your office, okay? They talk to them as if they are the one paying their bills. How are you, Pele? Where's your guy? He said, sir, my guy is not around. I can't do. Don't tell me rubbish. You know, don't insult me with that nonsense. I want to talk to your MD. Your MD, if your MD can't talk to me, nobody else. Right? Guess what? The ones who do real transaction, even the junior staff, they talk to them so politely. They are grateful. They come back and say, your sales girl, she's quite nice. I love, you know, she followed through, sent me my receipt. The one is, you make a mistake. You did not write O. The way you wrote O, it was, you people. So, small money, plenty wahala. Big money, less stress. So, it's easier to get big money than small money. And I'm not kidding you guys. I'm not kidding you. It's the reality. And I've done business to that level, so I can tell you. It's easier. Let me give you another example. Many of the big clients that I've met, some of them is let's go and play golf. Is in the process of playing golf. Hey, I saw that you have this. Send me this. Case closed. Many of them will even tell me they don't need what I was selling. Just to solidify our relationship, they decide to do business. Can you imagine that? And I've had several people like this. I like you. I love what you're doing. You know, I really don't. I have several properties and but you know, I must patronize you. You're a great guy. And before you know it, you know, what's your range of your products? Average, you know. Okay. You know what? They send me your account, 100 million. Boom. You will not be the one to say, which one do you want? He has already said the 100 million, right? Before you don't start, Johnny. Okay, which one you want? And this is very important. So number 4 principle, you don't own the product, right? Remember, we have told you at the beginning, look for other people that are doing what you want to be doing, the business you want to be doing. Work under them to be selling their products so that you get a commission, right? But look for high volume, high net worth customers. People you can do big volume with. Many of them is hard to get them, very hard. Let me give you an example. Who knows the number 1 broker in the world? If you know, type 1. If you don't know, type 2. Now, arguably, because the guy has over $1 billion as a broker, he's not a developer. Okay, of course, Grant Cardone has done more than $1 billion, but Grant Cardone is a developer. This guy I'm talking to you is a broker, so he's a middleman, right? But he's sold more than $1 billion in property. He's based in New York. Okay, his name is Ryan Sargent. Great guy. He claims to be the number 1, you know, broker in the world, according to him. But you can't deny, even if you argue whether he's number 1 or not, you can't deny the fact that if somebody has sold $1 billion, you need to give him respect, right? He was sharing a story, this true story, about a guy who bought, how he sold his most expensive property in New York. The most expensive property, I think I said that maybe $1 million or $5 million. I can't remember the amount, but it was like his number 1 most expensive property, right? He kept sending all these random mails And then the guy replied to him and said, send me property that is worth so million. Let's say $5 million. I can't remember the exact amount. And he sent to the person. So the person said, oh, okay, send me your this, send me the. And then before you know it, the person disappeared again. He kept disturbing the person, kept disturbing. Later the person replied and said, send me your account. And the person wired the initial deposit. He was shocked. True story. Okay, so, yeah, Riyad Sahan. So the person sent the initial deposit, only for the person to disappear again. I've had this kind of experience, so I could relate with that guy. The person disappeared again, kept sending message, kept disturbing, come and close. When are you closing? One day, out of the blue, the person said, France, 10 p.m. And this was very early in the morning or a day before. So, true story, he said he struggled to look for money because the guy has paid the initial deposit. Struggled to get money somewhere and, got his flight, went to France. His same day, because he didn't have money for a hotel ticket. Waited for the guy where the guy said he was. Waited, kept disturbing the guy. The guy will show up on time again. Later, when the guy showed up, say, hey, do you go to the club? Say, no. Oh, let's go to this club. Took him there. Close. I have the document. Sign. The guy was not interested in any document. At the end of the day, the guy said, hey, I'm busy. I'm going to come to New York next week to come and close. He signed the document, but he didn't even send the balance. So again, he followed this guy. One day, the guy said, I'm in New York. Let's close. But bottom line of what I'm trying to draw out of this entire transaction, when it comes to a lower paying customers, what often happens, they pay you small money, they will not let you rest. They are the one charging you up every day. When you come to a high paying customer, you are the one chasing them, and at some point you are afraid, you are wondering whether they are money launderers, because they just, and later, guess what? Because that's why I shared that story. Later, they became friends, him and this guy. And one day, the guy opened up to him and said, do you know I don't need that property? I don't come to the US. I don't come to New York that much. He said, I just was catching fun. I love your energy. You were just somebody amusing to me. And the way you just, I just catch fun. So this guy spent almost $5 million to buy a property he does not need just to catch fun on a broker. Does that make sense to you? But that is how the cookie crumbles. How many of you have learned how to make $1 million without capital now? If you have learned, type, I have learned. I have learned. And some of you can also type, I will use this method to make my first $1 million. Come on, everybody, I want you to type. If you have not learned, type I have not learned. For those of you who came late, go and watch it again. So you can't come out the way I say I didn't learn. At least you came late. Okay, so go watch the entire series. I'll do recap of my class. So I shared today how to make your first $1 million without capital. Step 1, register a business or get a business name. Okay, just get a business name and have the scope of the business. Number 2, look for somebody who is already doing that business and has capital, and use referral to raise capital. In other words, I want to go into real estate in New York. I don't have money to start building houses or to buy houses. Let me look for somebody else who has houses to sell in New York. Okay? And then start selling houses for him and start saving the commission I'm making from referring other people to buy his service. Because this is where many of us make mistake. You claim you need money to start a real estate business. It's not about starting a real estate business. It's how to get the customer. Okay, you have borrowed money. You build houses. Who will buy the house? That's why this method is always the best method, no matter what you're trying to do. Because now you've borrowed money. You borrowed $1 million. You build houses in New York. Who will live in the house? Where will you get the customer to rent the house and live in the house? So, but if you use this model to say, no, I will look for somebody who is already building houses worth millions of dollars. I will sell for him. So that first of all, I am raising capital for my business. Second of all, I'm also raising customers who will eventually buy my own house when I start selling them. And I'm raising customers who can afford the kind of product I want to start selling. Okay? So, powerful principle. So, number 2, use referral to raise the capital. I was having an interview with Eje Karibo today, and I was very shocked. She said to me, Dr. Stephen, do you know that the first commission you paid me, true story, I've always had a dream to build a elderly people's home. I've always had that dream. He said, the first commission I made selling your property, when your companies paid me that commission, I quickly used that money to tie down the first location that I'm currently using now for elderly people's home. He said, as soon as I did that, one other person I sell property for said, so this is your dream. He said, and the person gave me 1 acre of property. He said, I've started building the elderly people's home. So I rented the first location. I'm already building the permanent location. Do you see the point? But if the woman did not first look for somebody to sell for, do you see the powerful principle here? And use that to raise capital for the thing she wanted to do, will she be able to have the money to do that thing? No. And what was amazing was that she lives in Dublin and she was selling property in Nigeria. Some of you, that's the excuse. I don't think I can sell properties in Dubai because I live in the UK. Who told you can't? People in the UK are the ones that come here to buy property. Oh, I don't think I sell property in Nigeria because I live in the US. Are you kidding me? 70% of the people buying properties in Nigeria are in diaspora. They're in diaspora. They are in diaspora. Don't you get it? And they will trust you more than they will trust people in Nigeria. One of these Eje Karibo was sharing with me. She said, many of them in Dublin and all my clients, when they are saying, I don't trust anybody, say, hold me. It's me, Eje Karibo, that you hold. If anything goes wrong, buy it from these people. I've done my research. I can trust them. I know they are real. And that's why many people buy. And she has, of course, done her research to get the right set of people, to be sure she's partnering with the right set of people. But she's used that method. She's building money for herself, building her own business, achieving her own dreams. GTEx just sponsored her coming to Dubai, all expense paid trip. Our company sponsors her. She's in Dubai now. Right? All expense paid trip. Your dreams can always come to pass. But some of the powerful principle is sell for other people. The same thing you want to be selling for yourself. First, start by selling for other people. Because when you start selling for other people, you raise your capital, you raise your customer. And those are the 2 critical things you need to grow your business. Number 3 that I share is copy those people's principle until you become, until you get big, until you get your own footing. Copy them. Don't be arrogant. Don't say, I have my own idea. Nobody has ever done my idea. Oga, humble yourself. Okay? The reason why that your idea, nobody is doing it, is probably because it doesn't work. So why not copy those who are already successful with their own idea instead of reinventing the wheel? That's the secret behind mentorship. I will never start a business without a mentor. Even here in Dubai, I have several partners who we are working together to do brokerage here in Dubai. I don't just come here and then start because I have the money. Even when I have the money, I will not do a business until I have partners and mentors. Because money is not really, money is exaggerated in the business concept. When it comes to being successful in running your business, money is overrated. It takes more than money to succeed in business. Number 4, sell high net worth products. Sell high net worth products because it is easier, okay, to make big money than small money. You make small money, you have a headache. How many of you noticed? I remember when I used to sell products that are very small. I was shocked. The day I travel, customer won't let me rest. It's my money you are using to travel all over the world. Guess how much property investment he did? 1 million naira. That does not pay my business class ticket. But in his mind, you see what I'm talking about? In his mind, in his or her mind, it's your money they are using. So, you need to understand this principle. Please, those of you who just joined us, go and watch this video again, right, from the beginning, so that you can learn the principle we share. Again, how many of you got value? If you got value, type, I got value, I got value, I got value, I got value. But it's very true, right? So it is easier to raise high money than small money. Because your customers who are buying small products from you, they are the first to be saying, it's my money. The day you buy new shoe, they will say it's their money. The day you travel, they say it's their money. The day you buy clothes for your car for your wife, they say it's their money. And the question is, how much is this money gone? How much? How much? So you are using my money to fly all over the world. Oga, get big customers. Is the truth. You use less effort to get big customers. Less effort, less energy, less. That's why they say your network determines your net worth. Right? Listen. I can predict your future based on your friends. Show me your friend, I can tell you your future. Your future is literally determined by your friend, the quality of your friend, the quality of people you hang around with. So wake up, right? And set things right. I'm happy that all of you got value. I'm excited. Please use this principle. It's powerful, it's life-changing, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. I know if you can leverage on some of what we've shared today, even if you don't make $1 million, you make $50,000. Some of you will make 100,000. Some of you will make 500,000. Some of you will make $1 million. But use the same principle, and it works. I just had somebody who just joined us, Evangelist Ajibola Ogunkeyede. He's one of those who have used this principle. He's into tourism. The day you meet him, one of these days, I will host him. He will tell you how he built a multi-billionaire, a multi-million-dollar tourism company. At least if I'm not sure his business does, multi-million dollars, I know how much me I have even paid him. So I can tell you, and I know several customers he has. So I know the volume his tourism company and flight company does is in millions of dollars. And he will tell you how he got there without using capital, because he too came from my background. We were not rich. Our parents were not rich. We didn't have rich people. We didn't have rich uncle that bankrolled us. We use this same principle, okay, of using referral as our capital. And that's how we got here. Okay? That's how we got here. I love all of you, and I want to say a big thank you for joining and